Hello and welcome to Chick Chat. I'm your host Jessica Fowler and I'm here with Sandy Jameson and Sonia Thomas. We've come together to chat about topics that we believe will lead to happier lives. So thank you for joining us. And today's topic is one that's dear to you, Sonia. Introverts versus extroverts.
Yeah.
And I said versus on purpose because I do feel like there's this rivalry in life about extrovert versus introvert.
One is better than the other.
Yeah.
In society, I think people want to be people value extroverts more than introverts.
100%.
Yeah,
I feel that way.
Extroverts, like you're out there, you're outgoing, but like that's totally not what it's
about. But they get what they want, and they're willing to ask. And
I did a little research before we shot this and realized I'm actually both. Like I can recharge. I think that's kind of the idea, right? It's how you recharge. And I can easily recharge alone, reading a book, or out with people and build off their energy. But I'm a mix of both.
You're an ambivert.
A what?
An ambivert. So
ambivert?
Ambivert.
Ambivert.
So, Young was part of Young helped coin the term introvert and extrovert. But even back in the day, it was not supposed to be either or. It's a spectrum, and somehow it got lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So really, most people fall somewhere in between the spectrum.
No, there shouldn't be a negative connotation then with either, with any.
Yeah, and it's about really how we charge our batteries. It doesn't have to do with shyness. It doesn't have to be with being really, really reflective. Or
confident as an extrovert.
Yeah, it has to do with just how you charge your batteries. Do you need alone time to charge your batteries? Do you charge your batteries by being out with people? And for most, it really does depend. And that's how you know if you're an ambivert. If it's it depends. So one of you can Google ambivert.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I just read about it about a year ago, and I was I feel that way. And I think extrovert, ambivert, introvert, it's about how you charge yourself, but it's also where you feel your best, right? I think extroverts do really. One of my best friends is such an extrovert.
Is that your radio friend?
Isabel.
Okay.
Wifey, if you're listening. She's such an extrovert. Her energy goes up when people are around. She just thrives off the energy of people. She's always doing something from a social perspective, and is always, if she's alone at home, she's on the phone with someone, and she just, I can tell that's where she gets her energy from.
Yeah.
But I said that the versus thing because I've always got this I'm a very outgoing person. I would say I'm an ambivert, but a lot of people, I think if you've seen me in a social setting, would say I'm full-on extrovert. I never shut up. I'm super confident. I'm just running around. And people always look at me and sometimes they're like, oh, I wish I was an extrovert. I wish, there's this, from an introvert perspective, I wish, because they think an extrovert gets more out of life or something.
Oh, gosh.
And that's my point today, is that I think introverts are the most underrated group of people
I wonder if it's
in the world.
Based on confidence, because I'm a very confident introvert. I am happy.
That's true.
Watching a documentary alone, or my partner was just away for a few days, and I was totally happy. I had a girlfriend stop by. She's a neighbor friend, and we sat on the porch, and that's just quiet and recharging in that way. I don't know where that falls.
Yeah.
Ambivert maybe, but I'm totally happy just spending the night by myself. I don't need to have other people in that space. I need that space by myself. I do.
That's the introvert quality. Yeah,
Right.
I need a balance. I need time alone to reflect, to meditate, to restore. But too much time alone, then I start to feel like I'm depleted of energy. So then I need to balance it out with talking with great friends, hanging out. So I need both in my life. Big crowds for me doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what I've realized too. Really, really big crowds, I feel my energy gets depleted. I'm much better with small groups of people that I know and that I can just hang out with, relax with. And it's helpful to know because then you can get your needs met better, right?
For sure.
So it's helpful to know what the qualities are of the introvert, more time alone, to recharge your batteries, versus the extrovert, which is way more more out there, gets it through social engagement.
I think it would help too in relationships, knowing my friends. I'm always trying to kind of categorize everyone in terms of what would I plan if we had a date night, if me and my friend were going out. Would she want to go to a concert, or would she rather like hang in and just drink wine, her and I? Like,
so thoughtful.
I think, well, it comes back to the 5 meanings of love, which will be a future session, because that totally changed my life once I started to, look at. So I think setting expectations with your friends, your loved one, knowing what you are, then that can really help kind of guide what you guys do.
Yeah, like planning
Friend or
vacations with
boyfriend.
friends.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like, you know, like I was just talking about taking a vacation with my girlfriends, and it's helpful to know like where we are, or like, you know, how much time we need alone, and like that way we don't take it personally either. Like
Yeah,
if we need
for
to like
sure.
leave a setting, just have some time alone. It's not you, it's me. Like I just need to restore my batteries, like just some quiet solitude.
You're right, that can sometimes be seen as a negative thing then from extroverts if somebody
Yeah.
needs to shy away and take time to themselves.
Don't take it personally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on holiday in California with two of my best friends, and one of them I feel like always wanted some time, and I really, knowing that she is kind of an introvert, I respect that, and I think that's good for her. Or like if I'm in a social setting where I'm having the time of my life and my guest isn't, it's because we've been there for 5 hours and they're just dying because
They're done.
they need to shut the door and just be alone.
Yeah.
Overstimulation.
Yeah.
Some people get easily stimulated.
And if you're not a social person, if you don't thrive in social settings, it can be really consuming. Like it just takes a lot of energy.
That's
Like
true.
people are always like, I don't know how you're always on. And it's like, no, it's natural for me. I love people, but for an introvert, it can be very tough.
It can be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there was a study where like it was a study on sales, and they found that ambiverts actually sold more than people who were categorized as extroverts as well, because ambiverts can like
see both sides.
Yeah, and I can also like listen in a way that maybe other groups.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
yeah. I've spent a good 12 years of my life learning how to listen, and I'm still not
That is a
there.
work in progress. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think my point of this episode is that I think I'm dating an introvert, and I think, again, they're so underrated because I think even though they're maybe not talking the most at a party, they're probably observing, reflecting, and taking so much more in, and you know, that if they can be happy and recharge themselves on their own, like they're better off.
Yeah,
than someone
that's
who
true.
needs to be constantly stimulated
Yeah,
and doing
true.
something social, right?
And you know where to meet the person and like help them meet their needs as well.
Yeah.
I think for me it's like it's a point, it's a bridge into communication. It's a way to get to know your partner, your friends better, and it can be like a really great place to understand who we are and like how to support each other.
Yeah.
A good question for a first date, perhaps.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
What kind of music do you like?
Yeah.
If you were an animal, what would you be? That's a good one.
Yeah. And why?
Yeah. The why is key.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. I challenge all of you to figure out what you are if you don't already know. You may be an ambivert, which again was new to me this year and new to
I'm
Sandy.
going to research that for sure.
And embrace it. Be proud if you're an ambivert, extrovert, or an introvert, and tell us what you are in the comments below.
And work it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
own it.
Yeah.
And thank you again for tuning in. As always, do share, like, comment, do all that great stuff, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.